Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Welcome back to Marriage and Bliss. My name is Kanjagwa. This is Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle. So today we have a very interesting topic that we have all asked for. And we have a wonderful couple, the most beautiful couple I have met so far. And we are believing that we will have an interesting conversation. Our conversation today is going through pregnancy as a couple. Most of the times, pregnancy is termed and coined as a mother's or a lady's responsibility. But is there a responsibility for a man in the same? While pregnancy and childbirth is the mother's responsibility, sharing the journey as a couple makes it even more interesting. So today I want us to start this conversation and see how it flows. So help me welcome the Ndiemas. Karibuni sana. Karibuni sana. Yes, welcome to Marriage and Bliss. Here we aim at restoring God's order in matters marriage and relationships, and making sure that the generation that is coming in to an already planned place. So I will allow you to introduce yourselves. You guys are looking amazing. amazing. Karibuni sana.
Asante.
Yes.
Zima down. Go fast.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Neno Wadiema. Yes, happily married to my husband Anthony. Mother of, what do you say now? Mother of 4, I think. Yeah, mother of 4, child of God, musician, Bible school, Bible teacher, and I thank God.
Wow,
yes, I thank
amazing.
God. Yeah,
Amazing.
Yeah.
Great. So my name is Anthony Ndiam. I'm a born-again Christian. I am a husband to Neno. I am a father to now going to 4 children. It is so nice to say that.
It is very nice.
I am, then I'm a communications guy. That's my line, media personality. And it's good to be here.
Yeah.
Wow.
On Elevate TV,
Kabisa.
advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Very true.
Yes.
Karibuni sana. And I know you are the best people to talk about this topic, because we can already see that whatever we are talking about, there is evidence. And we really thank God. And it is not the first child. So meaning that you have been there again and again, and you have learned a few principles that you have applied. There are those things that you have done that were not correct at one point, and there are others that you did that worked out for you guys. So I want us to just delve into the conversation. The first question I want to ask is to Mom. Breaking of the news. To answer the firstborn. Breaking of the news. Ilikuwa I am pregnant ama we are pregnant, and how was it taken by Sir Anto?
Wow. Okay, first and foremost, we're talking about 2013.
Wow.
It doesn't help that now I'm pregnant. So, hey, memory manenos. But, anyway, I'll try and remember. So, we got married and we decided that we wait a bit. We take up a bit of time to just know each other before a baby comes into the picture. And by God's grace, we gave it about 2 years. Then as soon as we decided to get pregnant, we did.
Instant.
Yeah, it's just a cough away. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, we just got by God's grace.
Wow.
So when I realized I was pregnant, I think it was something we were expecting. So it was not something that I was breaking such big news, because we were now thinking, hey, this is it now, let's go for it. But he was very, very excited.
Wow.
So I imagine, I can't remember if I said we are pregnant or I am pregnant. But this is it. I know what I did. Okay. Sitaki kumwanika sana. My husband had never done a pregnancy test before. He didn't know how it works. I don't know what happened to his biology teacher. But
He was fired.
Yeah. But because I think he sticks to media. Yeah, anyway. So I told him we need to take a test in the house just to confirm. I think he held on to that test kit. He's waiting. He's not sure what he's even waiting for.
He does not know what to
the lines
expect.
are 2. Do you expect 4 lines? So he's still there.
You didn't give me a brief. Ungeniambia ikikuwa 2 lines.
The doctor, it's not obvious. Anyway, so you see, yeah, so we were over there groping in the dark. Yeah, but it was now when I'm telling him when it's 2 lines, it means we are pregnant.
Yes.
And then we got excited, a bit anxious, a bit confused, not sure. So what happens from here? How do we go about it? But yeah, I guess overall we were excited. Yeah, 2 young guys over there, not even sure now. We'll be called daddy and mommy.
How does it even go?
Yeah.
And to able to pay your take. How was the whole experience?
So of course, now that you have said you cough,
It is just a cough and it is done.
and it is done. So it was very exciting to know that kumbe unaweza kuwa Buddha. You know, you can also be a father.
Yes.
There's another story to this. My wife amechange akaniangalia. Please don't say anything you have not
I know,
agreed.
we got agreed.
So you know, there was a time I had an accident, and I was stabbed 3 times. It was a mob injustice situation.
Wow.
So one stab went to the spine, so my lower limbs were totally out. It's a miracle that I walk today.
Wow.
Then I remember there's a time my dad came. So we chose to stay without getting a baby. So my dad akafika mahali akauliza, you know, people come with calendars on your wedding. After 9 months
He wants to check.
mbona mtu huyu hajaanza? Nothing. So there's a day my dad pulled me aside and asked me and he was very serious. He asked me, "Are you okay?"
Wow.
You guess, because of the, you know, I was really affected.
No result.
Yeah, no result so far. So at some point, you know, it gets into you. You're thinking, at some point it occurred that
Really?
probably inaweza kuwa ni miss.
There's something wrong.
So when we got the baby, it was really also exciting that whatever was being said on the other side was not true. And it was exciting to know that we're expecting a baby. It was good news. It was good news. And then I remember vividly. I was wondering, how will this baby look like? And I'm sure you've gone through that.
Yes.
Mtu yeye
Atafanana na nani?
atakuwa na tint ama ata nini pande ile kidogo. I was praying that they get my hair. Unfortunately. Kenda huko pande wa ndevu.
Okay. Wow. It is well. Mine at least alichukua nywele. So we thank God. We are told that once now you realize that you're pregnant, there are some few things that you need to do. You need to start clinic. You need to start taking care of what you eat, your diet and everything. How did he walk with you through the process of now taking care of yourself and the new baby?
While we were pregnant, especially for our firstborn, because I think both of us were actually learning everything. The first thing is we got a very good gyna. By God's grace, we got a gyna who is born again.
Wow.
Who still remains our gyna to date.
Wow.
So a lot of things we didn't know. Does that even make sense? You get, you don't know that you don't know.
Yes.
It's so bad. It's really bad that when you don't know, you don't know. So there are things that he helped us, like we would ask foolish questions like, are we supposed to do chemical on our hair? Am I supposed to do my nails? Doc is thinking, first time mother.
Yeah, definitely.
So we walked the journey together. I remember, I think we did all clinics together.
Wow.
Yeah, going to see the gyna. That was very helpful for both of us to just prepare ourselves to actually be parents. The advantage that I have had actually for all pregnancies is that they've been smooth.
Wow.
So I've not really had health issues. So that was not very difficult for us to handle because it was just a normal clinic. He says I'm usually hyperactive when I'm pregnant. I am too excited. I am working too hard. In the office, I would run around and then my colleagues think, you're pregnant. And perhaps that's what led to the baby, at the delivery point. But for that time, we thank God. I think we walked together. We walked the journey together and discovered everything together.
Wow.
Yeah, we discovered everything together. That's what I would say.
So for you, Anto, how will you advise men? Men actually generally have been taught there's a notion that pregnancy and childbirth belongs to the lady, and most men do not want to engage in the conversation, or beginning from when do we want to get pregnant,
Oh yeah, sure.
to now we are pregnant, and what is the journey, how does the journey look like? How would you advise men out there, the younger generation and those that are maybe peers or older? How would you advise them in taking responsibility throughout the pregnancy?
Unless you don't want this child to be yours legally. But if the child is yours legally, then you have to be part of that journey. It is very important. And I'm told medically, the child, while still in the womb, starts adapting to, hearing your voice and knowing that this is daddy speaking and so on and so forth. So every time you're close to your wife and you're working together, you start bonding with your child, right? When the journey has begun. And chances will be very high that when the child eventually comes to this other world, you'll have a bond. And of course, that has to continue the entire lifetime. So I think for men, that time when you are having fun, I'm sure it was a good thing. So this is a responsibility that you need to take. And for our generation, a lot has been said about fatherless, children who do not have father figures and fathers who are working with them. I think we need to do more of that so that we can have a more responsible generation, a more responsible people, a more responsible nation, because children have people who are working with them and our fathers, they had authority. And it begins right here when you have to work with your wife through the journey.
Wow. I think that is a conversation we need to start, that the responsibility of a father, that it is not just putting the seeds, that it is the process.
Yeah.
That you talk to your baby before they are born, you laugh, and so that they are glamatized with your voice. They are able to know you even before they are born. So pregnancy comes with a lot of things. It comes with the hormonal imbalance, where at least for you, Anthony, you are blessed because she said she's hyperactive and she's excited most of the time. For some, it goes the other direction, where they do not want to see anyone. They want to be secluded. They want to be out of everyone else. So what is the role of a man in making sure that you listen to the emotion that she has and walk her through the emotion? Because the emotions come and go. There are moments that she will be up there, happy, very excited. Then in an instant, she's back to shook. Chini imerudi huko chini kabisa.
That's just a woman.
That's women. So how does a man walk through the two emotions and try to connect them and bring her back, so that when she's too high, you listen to the emotion and you're able to gauge it? Unairudisha tu pole pole without kumoffend tena, Then again, akiwa chini sana, you try and lift him up. What are some of the things that you do to help her in balancing the emotions?
I will use the example of a microphone. These microphones are called lapel microphones. They have something we call sensitivity. When you enhance the sensitivity, you're able to get a cleaner sound. You don't pick a lot of noises around. But when the sensitivity is not very good, then you pick too much noise. So the moment your wife tells you that she's expectant, I think deliberately you need to engage another gear. Know that for the next number of months plus before the baby settles, it's going to be a different season, and it's going to be a very tough season, because she is trying to balance so much. She's trying to balance her, if she's working, her work, her emotion. And so for you as a man, that is the time you need to come in more and support her like never before. So your sensitivity needs to
be up.
I know stories of men who have been told, I want madafu madafu ya nazi. Nastaki madafu ya huku Nairobi. Nataka madafu ya Mombasa. And I want it in the next 3 hours.
Exactly.
So you have to travel to Mombasa, I don't know by what, and bring it. And there are those, I know of a friend of mine whose wife used to chew tissue paper.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was her craving. So those are not moments to say, kwani umekuwa mbuzi. Ama umekuwa, you have to understand that it's a season, it's a tough one she's going through.
Yes.
And support her. So this is what I will say. Your sensitivity needs to be very, very high at that time. And please, do not easily get offended. Block offense. Kabisa, so that you're always walking. Hata akikurushia mkono, it's okay. Yani we kuwa tu fala for the sake of that period.
I can add to what he's saying.
Yes.
The scripture that comes to my mind is, husbands, love your wives, because love covers. I'll just do drama. Maybe I'm the kind of person who would chew tissue. I don't know, but at least I have not chewed tissue so far. But I'm just thinking, when you choose to love someone beyond, let it not be conditional. Let it not be because you're in your best behavior, because most likely I may not be in my best behavior all the time, especially during pregnancy. That love really, for me as a wife, makes me feel very secure. It doesn't matter how I'll wake up. If I wake up today, I feel like I have such serious bad moods and I'm feeling stressed out, or now I'm very excited, I still feel embraced and loved. I think that love and that covering and just feeling secure that it doesn't matter. He won't change his opinion about me. He won't treat me, any less, because of course my hormones and everything is just haywire. So I think the love, when you just express that love from a place of, from a place of 1 Corinthians 13, you will express patience for sure. Sometimes you'll think this is long suffering.
Yes, it gets to that point.
And you're thinking, what month did you say this is? And it's like, month 4, and we are still
we have another 5 months
to go. Yeah, so you keep being asked, when is the EDD? I'm like, I thought we had talked about this. So love just gives you that strength to, I guess so. I'm not a man, so how would we know? But I'm saying what I would receive.
Yes. Now, for you, what will be the expectation in terms of, yes, there is love, but there are other things you would want for him to do in terms of listening to the emotion? Because most of the time we listen to the words that come from your mouth, and once we listen to the words, then they will offend us and we will pull away, and every man has a cave and they run to when things get tough. So how would you advise the men out there now, from a lady's perspective? How would you advise the men out there to listen to the emotion? Because there's an emotion that is attached to every speech. Yes.
I would still tie it back to the same love that I'm saying, but now love in action. Even that listening is love in action, because apart from the drama that my emotion is bringing along, if he can identify the need that is behind that, what am I trying to ask for? What am I looking for? I'm reminded of an example. When we got married, the first 2 years after Tutoboy City, my husband would never really know how I'll get home and how I'll get to work. Your story, I'll drop you, I'll pick you. We left it at the dating, but then for him, he never even realized it was a need. And I would whine and whine. So you see, now that's the emotion.
Yes.
What, and I got pregnant. Then there's a day I was at the stage, remember, and then I knocked my toe against something and I was so hurt. I don't think I was hurt by the pain I was feeling. I was like, this man,
He's
like
not
he
here.
never thinks about. Then I think when I brought it up, maybe I was not very mature, so of course I brought it up with a lot of noise. I'm like, you see, my leg is even thinning. I walk around, I'm just at the stage with my big stomach, and my husband is nowhere near me. I don't even want. Anyway, the point was, from then on, by the way, to date, my husband, and he almost overdoes it now, the picking and dropping. He got it, I was like, wow, thanks. And I didn't know it was making me feel vulnerable and I was feeling abandoned. I'm like, I'm carrying for you the baby. Then now you can't even carry me in a car.
Carrying for you or for us?
Yeah, for you. See, it's you who told you're a father. Anyway, yeah, then you go to Shago and you're told, thank you for giving me my child.
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah.
You're carrying
Anyway, yeah. So that's anyway. My point is, no, something like that for me was really a need. I was like, I like the rides. Take me, ask me how I'm doing. Now I'm in a matatu. I'm trying to get in. They're telling me, Mama.
Always
ngoja tu ingine, or you just get in and all those eyes look at you like, sasa huyu atakaa wapi? Who is the husband of this anyway? Yeah. So just feeling, and then for me, my love language is quality time.
Wow.
So I was really feeling deprived at that time because he knew this woman is self-sufficient. But her pregnancies are good. Just jump into a mat over there, then and for me now that really communicated love, because I'm like, yeah, you saw the need behind my whining. So
wow.
That example brings it home.
For you, Anto,
Yes.
You are one of a kind. If you were able to pick up from being told that this is what I want, and you pick it up, it requires a lot of attention, and it requires you to be very intentional.
Yeah.
Is it the same when it comes to household chores, the things that should be done in the home? Because at times pregnancy comes with it becomes tiresome. You're not able to bend to wipe, you're not able to sweep the carpet, you're not able to do so many things. For you, does it come easily that you help in the household things, or is it just something that you are struggling with, or you're looking for help from somewhere else?
Only for household, I think it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge for me. I've really tried, and I think I don't know if I'm speaking for men, but if you got into marriage and your wife initially, those first years of marriage, she's doing everything for you. When now it comes to that point, umezoea kufanyiwa mambo. So you have to engage the other gear of now you are trying to help more. It takes a lot of deliberateness to be able to do that. I think I have tried during those seasons, but there are days you also feel, hii sasa imekuwa mingi.
Too much.
And there are things you have to do as a man. There are things she can never do again. Kuweka maji kwa dispenser, things like those tough ones. Si rahisi, lakini lazima zifanye. You have to be deliberate about doing that.
You have to be very deliberate in. So there are some that I have a friend of mine who, from the day they got married, he's the one who makes breakfast every other day consistently. Wow. And I was reading the story of Bill Gates. Bill Gates, at one point, his marriage was failing, and so many things were happening in the marriage that he was looking for money so much that he forgot. And he created one thing that they used to do in common daily. And at that time I was reading that article, they were still doing it to that time. I am still hoping they're still doing it to date. They created a platform where they wash utensils together on a daily basis. So for you, does it help in doing it together, other than kumwambia, you see I cannot do this, do it, or you see I cannot stand kwa nini kuosha utensils for so long, you can also do it, you also have hands, Is it something that helps when it comes to you doing it together, or just giving him as a responsibility?
I think marriage has so much dynamics into it, because now listening to what you're saying, I'm thinking to myself, his kind of schedule in the first place is what does not even allow for him to do that housework. By the way, he has a willingness, but sometimes he has just no energy left. So there are things we had to get help. It stopped being an expectation on him, because I'm putting an expectation on him that is not realistic. You see, he's still trying to go and fend for the family. He has to leave at 3 a.m. So when do I expect him to come and sweep, and come and do all that? And then it's not something he enjoys. However, there are things that he enjoys. He enjoys the kitchen. He enjoys the way he also enjoys cooking. Funny enough, he would just love to say, "Sit down, I make for you the stew." So what we would do, maybe there's some things we could do together, but I would not be able to do all of it with him. So he will we just are in the same space. I may not be doing what exactly he's doing, but I've pulled a chair, and I'm just seated right there. And of course, I'm doing all the yapping as I always do. And he's doing all the cooking, or I'm probably at the sink, maybe washing 1-2 things, and he's doing whatever really. But that has been a journey for us, because truly speaking, I think with our first pregnancy, I had that kind of expectation. Then I quickly realized it's just going to frustrate me. And a lot of marriages have gotten, their point of struggle began at pregnancy, which is unfortunate because we don't understand each other. So I'm putting expectation on Anto that's not realistic. He's also not meeting that expectation. And then there's a certain point that a man gets to and thinks,
you become too much.
Funny now, because because I remember, like, even when baby came, at some point he just told me, "Now nani tuma," like. I think it's right. If I feel like I want to cough, you bring the handkerchief quickly. He's thinking, there are some things you can do for yourself. So that's when I realized, I'm putting unrealistic expectations on him, and he also still has other responsibilities. So where we can get help, we got. And then the things we enjoy doing together, it was not still an expectation. You do it when we can. So that works for me. Yeah, that has worked for me.
Wow. Someone said that most marriages are actually breaking, not because of infidelity, not because of financial issues, not because of anything else, but because of unrealistic expectations.
Yes.
The expectations that you put on someone, you want, that anytime my feet are swollen, I don't need to tell you. You need to prepare some hot water, uniweke miguu, then massage. Those are some of the expectations when it comes to marriage and pregnancy that you place on someone, and at times they don't even know. The expectation is in your head; it is placed somewhere there, and you're expecting him to read it as an angel.
Imagine,
so it does not really work.
Our fourth pregnancy, I doubt if Anto has gone for any clinic and sick or by. When was he supposed to go for the clinic? If I can drive, I'll just go to the clinic, come and give him the report, and he says, "Oh, nice," and that story is over. And I don't love him any less. So
true. Fine, So guys, when we come back after the break, we're going to be talking about packing. The ladies pack their bags, they pack their children's bag, but do men really pack? Do they really have a bag? So don't touch that dial. Keep it Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle. We'll be back after the break.
How can a pastor deal with offense?
Know that we minister from a place of relationship. We have a relationship with God.
Marriage is a beautiful institution.
Companionship is a place of friendship.
According to God's purpose.
What is a career path?
It's a journey that you take in discovering yourself as you rise at the different levels.
Melody, nimekupima, this is your blood type and this is your hivyo, but anasema lakini your Melody, you are HIV positive.
What exactly does it mean? Politics is dirty.
Is a symbolism of the rebel, of the theocratic rule
of God.
Of God. The life of a believer will always have a distinction. Jesus has mandated you to be called the salt of the earth.
Greetings from Fountain of Compassion Church, South India. This is Reverend Paul Moses. I'm so delighted about the launch of Elevate TV. When Jesus was taken by Satan to the mountaintop and he showed him the kingdoms of the world, how was it possible? That's exactly what happens in a television with multiple channels. But when Jesus rose again from the dead, he redeemed us and he has given us the authority to take the good news. And I pray that this channel will be a city on the hilltop. It will be a lamp on the lampstand. It will bring hope to the hopeless and the gospel truth to those who are struggling in darkness and in despair. Media is a powerful tool. Like Jesus came through the closed doors to meet his disciples and give them peace after resurrection. May Elevate TV be penetrating across borders, across closed doors, into the bedrooms, into the living rooms, that many will find Christ and the peace that he gives. I pray and bless this channel according to Isaiah 27:6, that Israel shall bud and blossom and shall fill the whole world with his fruit. There's a wonderful lineup of content, programming, and cutting-edge technology. May this channel fill the airways in the atmosphere and the networks in the internet, not only in Kenya, but across Africa and the nations of the world. I bless this channel. Watch it and share it with your friends.
So welcome back to Marriage and Bliss, restoring God's order in marriages and relationships. This is Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle. Before we went for the break, this wonderful couple has shared immense knowledge. Yes, Yani, we have just opened up a new chapter altogether. And now I want us to go engage gear number 4. I think tumeshaenda, we should already gone for gear number 1 and 2 and 3.
Yes.
Now we want to go gear number 4. Packing of bags. I don't know if you have already packed for this baby that you are expecting now, but ladies pack for their own bags, then they also pack for the baby. You know, it has the clothes, it's gonna pampers and everything. Do men have a bag?
For what?
Because I am trying to think.
Yeah.
For me, when we went for the delivery, my wife had already packed everything, and I did not expect to be there. So for me, I was just taking her to hospital. I drop her, I make sure she's well settled in. Then I go back home. But I found myself being there the whole time. I was there during the operation inside the theater. I was there that whole night because now she's out and she needs someone to hold the baby. So I was there throughout the night. And I was thinking, they packed their things. Did I need to pack something that I did not pack? And for the 3 babies, now for this one I will not ask because I'm not very sure you packed.
Now need to start packing.
For the 3, have you packed for any?
Myself. You know, the first time I heard about packing, it was very foreign. But it makes sense. You need to be ready so that in case there's an emergency, at least you have all your things ready.
Yes.
So for a man to pack is very foreign. And probably out of 100 men, half a man has ever packed.
Half a man.
But you're making a lot of sense because sometimes you go and you don't have help. You might need to, just so that you don't stay 3 days or 2 days without changing your clothes. I don't think I will pack. Personally, in my mind, I know I will come back home and change, you know, and go back to hospital. It's also an excuse for a break.
True, very true.
Yeah.
And
day one.
Day one. He has a
we,
break.
we do need that part.
Yeah, so I've never packed, and I don't think I will ever pack. It looks like you're also going to give birth.
Exactly. But I'm also thinking, you might not pack clothes, you might not pack a toothbrush, you might not pack all those things that you use on a daily basis. But you can also pack some magazines, because at times you will go there and you're told she's 2 centimeters and you will have to wait until she delivers. So unajipata umeketi kwa hospitali and you have nothing to do. You have nothing to read. Maybe your phone is the charge is going out. So I'm just trying to think. We might not pack the clothes and all those other things, but what if we had a bag with our laptop, with our magazines, with our chargers and everything in place, such that, especially when it comes near to delivery, such that when she's picking her bag, you also have something to carry. You also have something you're picking.
You can be sure he's the one who will carry the other part.
Definitely. Definitely.
It actually makes a lot of sense. I think the more you talk about
it's preparation.
It's preparation. I need, especially for hours have been scheduled. So I know I'll be in hospital for 2 days or 1 day. So it's only fair, the same way I'll be going for a work trip, to also carry a few things that I need. So probably we need to break this chauvinism, say, you need, and just get ready as well.
I think we need to start a conversation with men.
Yes.
That one will hold that thought.
That's true.
So when it comes now, when you're talking about packing, most of the times you are out there fending for the family. And at times you will find, what time a break? She's in the house, you are at work. Or maybe you are both in the house. For you, for the 3 babies, how has the journey been? How has it, is it a call that was made and you're told, we are on our way to hospital? Yes. And how was it for you?
So ours was very interesting. So of course the expectancy was very smooth, up to 37 weeks. And she used to go to work every single day and she used to perform better than the other days. So this day, I go to the studio early in the morning to do my radio program, 3 a.m. So I leave, I go. But before I leave, she says, I'm feeling funny. So I say, it's okay, you rest. You know those and you think it will get better. But I'm monitoring, I'm still going to work, I'm calling her, how are you feeling? And no, it's not getting better. 1 hour down the line, she's saying the contractions are more. 1.5 hours, she says, hey, this thing is not looking good. So she calls the gyna, and the gyna asks, how are you feeling? So when she explains, hey, the gyna prescribes some medicine. So I finish my 2 hours in studio. I don't stay, I come back, pick the drugs, still in communication. By the time I'm getting home, the contractions are severe. So we say, you know what? The gyna says, come to the hospital. So I get into the car, she swallows the medicine as I start driving. It was somewhere near Junction, the Dagoretti corner, and in Nairobi Hospital. Ngong Road then was very... So the more we keep coming, hey, this thing is getting worse. So mi nikaweka hazard na mata na nikaenda the other side, sindio? So now it was becoming an emergency. The doctor says, come. So we got to Nairobi Hospital. Thank God the gyna was already there. So she was pulled into the testing area. The doctor checked her, was it pulse?
The pulse
of the baby, the oxygen levels of the baby. And the doctor said, guys, let's go into the theater now.
Wow.
And then he told me, pray.
Wow.
Pray. Wow. So meaning kabaki hapa what's happening? Hey, this is too fast. So she was wheeled to the theater. I was there waiting. I was very anxious because things happened too fast, you know. But I kept hearing the gyna say, pray. So after a number of minutes, the gyna came and said, congratulations, it's a baby boy.
Wow.
But later on he told us, God is with this baby. And that boy he has a powerful story. His story is a miracle in its own right. So he said, if this baby had stayed for another few minutes, then we'd have lost the baby and the mother.
Wow.
So thank God you came in the nick of time. Of course, the baby that's another story for another day. 4 years, he has never spoken.
Wow.
Many things. A miracle happened one day. He just woke up and said 7 words.
Wow.
And that's another story. Many things happened. So, had we packed? No.
I don't think so.
So there are instances where you're thinking of packing.
Yeah, it was to be done.
To be
next
done.
week.
There was actually a baby shower that was to happen. Was it this one? Yeah, there was a baby. Yeah, there was a baby shower to happen.
You would know.
I'm surprised. I think,
but
that weekend, it never happened. So things happen very differently. Some are scheduled, some are emergencies. Natural. Some are CSs, and in whichever way, I think I will speak for the man. You have to be ready. That's what I've learned. Today, we stay quite far from Nairobi. So I have friends, and my friends know, she might not know this, my friends are on call. When I'm not there, and I have like 4 of them. If this one is not there, we now have also a cab guy. We introduce ourselves to Karada. Anything happens, please make sure so you need to be ready in a way in case anything happens, because now you can just lose a baby because of a bit of lapse in terms of time. Yeah, so it's important.
Wow. So it has really been a journey for you.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Let me answer your question.
Yes.
So that was baby 1. So then now the others were scheduled. So baby 2, of course, at about 37 weeks, we just walked into theater. The surgery happened.
The bags
were packed. Baby 3 the same. And it's been a good journey. My biggest challenge has been taking care of these kids when they are very young. Our first baby, 2 very interesting experiences. One, we had no idea how do you change a diaper. So in fact,
it is new. It is foreign.
It is foreign. So
both of us.
Even I didn't know.
I was wondering.
So I was the one to change the diaper. So I took dry cotton.
I got to know.
And I started, wiping. It's the cotton is supposed to be dipped in some. It was dry. Then number 2, I hit an anticlimax after this child had come. So you wonder, how do you deal? And she will explain, it was very offending to her. So how do you deal with this? Kumbe amekam, so imeisha hivyo tu. Imeisha hapo. So I really hit an anticlimax. And it was quite a challenge to understand. So what happens after this? How do you deal with this? We need help.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for you, for him it was a totally new experience. For most men actually, from the moment you say I do, we don't even know what we are doing too. We actually say I do. Then from there now we want to learn from there. But for the ladies, you are taught from the beginning. For you, had you already done a study on pregnancy? What are some of the things that you need to do before? What are some of the things that will be alarming? Some of the things that you need to learn? Or had you done a study on the same?
To be sincere, I was very ignorant. Can you imagine? I think because the pregnancy was so smooth, I just thought by faith. We walk by faith.
Hallelujah.
Hey, but surely faith and ignorance don't go together,
Very
honestly.
true.
By that, I would advise any girl, feel free to read. Feel free to find out. Get to meet friends or people who've gone before you, because that helps. Even when I was talking to the guy, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know whether that was what I was supposed to be. But that was what I was supposed to feel. So that preparation for me, I did not do it very well for baby number 1. Of course, that helped me prepare for baby number 2,
definitely.
3. That made it easier. But for baby number 1, he got a road deal. Yeah, kiasi. In terms of mom being prepared, first and foremost, I think I was overwhelmed with work, and I allowed myself to be overwhelmed. I believe it would have been best if, from the day I discovered I had conceived, I should have gotten knowledge. I should have just prepared, but it would have made it much easier. I found that working best for me with the other children, and I'm the kind of person that can't crash read. So there's no for crash reading, and you're feeling pain. So it's just best for you to, when you're getting into a season, really equip yourself to know, so that even fear is not a factor. Yeah, because fear now usually mostly when you don't know what to do, then you're afraid and then you're confused. Yeah, but God just helped us. God really, really helped us. Yeah.
When he was wiping the baby without dipping,
Makio, I didn't know that the baby had pooped. I don't even know.
Yeah,
it's just him who decided, who said, let's just check the diaper, because he was really cranky. So we're wondering what's wrong. And then I think I was feeling tired. So he just decided, let's just check the diaper. Imagine, now it is Mr. Diema who is now trying to figure out, I think it could be poop. Then I'm like, wow, this baby would have gotten a rash. Yeah. So from there, at least the nurses showed us, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we were helped.
Wow.
Yeah, so that ignorance, it's not allowed.
So people need to really, and now there are very many apps that are out there that you need to learn from what to expect at what stage, and some of those things. For you, Anto, would you advise a man to have the same monitoring app or a study line to just understand? Because at one point you will find she's desiring this because of the pregnancy, but because you don't know which stage she is in, then at times we give so much or so little. We go either extreme. So you'll find whatever you are supposed to do, you are not doing because you don't know. You are actually just there. And some of them actually take advantage of the same. And you atasema saa 7 usiku, sema taka maji ya fridge, and you do not have a fridge. You are wondering, where will I get this water, you know? Exactly. So is it important for a man to do the study, and in the event that there is need for an app, does he need to have the app?
There is no day that knowledge has been detrimental. Knowledge is power. And knowledge is good. It does not make you less of a man when you get to know what's happening and you walk with your wife step by step. It will just be 9 months. After that, you can go back to your life, you know?
Which life?
And, you know, continue with whatever you are doing that you are avoiding. So please, any resource that will be helpful, get it.
Yeah, true.
And do not, you know, be convinced with these other men who tell you, we ni mwanamume gani. Ni nini hizo, unakuwa kama, you know?
Yes.
So please get the knowledge, walk with her. That it is very critical that you walk with her that journey, because that's your child as well.
Yeah.
And that's your wife.
Yeah.
It's not a foreigner.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Very true.
So important.
How does it help to ease the burden, the work that is ahead? How does it help?
Which work that is ahead, the baby or the pregnancy?
You know, there's work in taking care of the pregnancy, and there's work in giving birth to the baby, and then there's work in taking care of the all of it is it is just work.
Yeah, I think I go back to my same message of love. If especially the love language that is best spoken to you, for instance, for me is quality time and words of affirmation. It doesn't change when I'm pregnant. If anything, I feel like I need it more. Yeah, I feel like there's a part of you that's, I think because you're you're going through a process that takes a toll on you, that really helps to buffer. You feel, you really feel much more comfortable. And I really appreciate my husband. And then we've grown to the point of, he may be away, but he will make sure the words get to you, whether it's your phone, whether he will, he'll just make sure that he can communicate when he comes home. He's done. He's so tired. You can see his eyes are closing, but he's trying to give you time. Trying to give you time and just show you concern. So I know for sure it helps to ease all that you're feeling.
Wow.
Especially in the last days, when you're feeling so tired, you just think like, I think you can't sleep. It helps when he just asks the right questions and says the right words, and, just speaks into your heart and encourages you, gives you reassurance that you're okay, that that you're doing a good job with the other children. Because again, that arm still remains.
Yes.
Makyu, you're pregnant, but
you
the
still
other
have
three
the
are
others.
looking at me. So he just helps to. It helps me when he encourages me and tells me, "Wow, you're doing a good job. And the results are usually good. If I mean, nafunguka tu I think.
Sometimes atakuja and you don't feel like you want to even go to the kitchen to serve. You don't want to get up from where you are. How do you communicate that? Because at times it might look like umeanza kukua na kanini flani. So you see, inakuwa you're not taking care of the husband per se, because most of the husbands actually say that you have shifted the attention from me. Now it is the pregnancy. All we talk about is the pregnancy. Everything that I want to do is mtoto. So how are you able to balance the pregnancy and still take care of your husband per se?
I would want to know from him whether I have been balancing well, but what I can say is I think you grow into some of these things. I can't tell you in baby number 1 or baby number 2 whether I was that keen on him while I was pregnant. But I think confidently say, maybe the points will be removed. But yeah, I can confidently say that with baby number 4, imagine by God's grace, I'm able to handle the children and I'm still able to give him very good attention when he comes in, despite the fact that I am, probably a bit tired. And where I completely can't, like I completely can't, I'll tell him and I'll tell him why. But I also need to have seen whether he's able to do it himself. If he can't, I'll go the extra mile. Yeah, so I think you grow into it, because even he is able to tell when I can't. He just says, Kachini, sit down, just take a break. Then he does it.
So for you, and to let us throw it to you.
Yes.
Let us throw it to you.
This mama here, my wife. I think I will. She needs a trophy. She really needs a, and I'm very honest about that.
You see how the words come.
She has done so well.
Wow.
She has given her best, and you will never find her complaining. She's always doing something. I'll tell you a small secret. She really loves her babies. So much that she does not want other people around.
Wow.
So we had a challenge of having a house help who stays,
who
live in. So we've been having this scholar. We had a serious argument until our pastor came in to say, now that you're getting a fourth child, you need someone who's here all the time, because this guy is also quite busy. So imagine taking care of 3 kids. You're expectant, you're doing everything. You're also the teacher. Because now they're doing homeschooling.
Yes.
She's also the teacher. And she has not complained even a single day. When you come, she has prepared food for you. She wants to iron your clothes that you're putting on the following day. She is the one trying to impress you.
Wow.
Yet you're the one who
needs to,
you're supposed to come in and
and help.
So I think she has done absolutely tremendous.
But I discovered that's the secret. When the Bible says outdo each other with good works. If I really want him to go out of his way for me, I can't sit and expect. I need to start. I need to. funny enough, it's like a seed you're sowing, imagine.
It's a cycle.
Yeah, it's so interesting that when I sit and whine and say, when he's
You're
not
not
even coming home, it's already 7, nowadays he even comes to you at what time. But when I give myself as into just fully serving him, I just see him also really trying
Picking
to
up to do something.
Okay. So we are trying to do it. You find it like you're trying to do each other with words. So that has really, that has been a seed that I've seen it grow in our home. Yeah, where now it's like we're competing to be there for one another.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now for the last question for today, how would you advise a couple that is in the journey of pregnancy in matters planning financially towards getting this baby? Because most of the times we have, as you've said, we have faith that we will deliver normally, and the faith is there and we are praying. But at the end of the day, you might find a complication somewhere and you need to go for CS. How would you advise a person to plan financially? In just about 2 minutes, just give it to us. That one I will throw, now you decide.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Finances.
Finances, yeah.
I do the carrying.
So,
yes,
do your research. Know which hospital you want to go and get your child. Just know the cost. Know what it takes to do a normal delivery. If it's a CS, how much does that cost? If you don't have insurance, start saving bit by bit. Some places it's 500,000, some places it's 100,000, some places it's 60,000. And please stay within your means. Don't want to go to a hospital you'll pay 500,000 and you don't have insurance.
Sure.
You will get the same services in a local, government hospital, and it will be fine. So save. If you don't have, NHIF and stuff, please get him and start saving bit by bit. Because it's the same way you want to do a major project. This is a major project. You want to buy a car, you save to buy the car, all right? So that you don't get to a point where it becomes a heavy burden. You already have an emotional burden of getting this baby. You don't want the finances to be a challenge. And keep track. I'm sure there are insurances where you can also pay little bits of money, but also be able to, to get the results out of it.
Wow.
So plan and get ready. It is very, very important.
It is very important.
We desire miracles that one day you'll just wake up and the baby is crying in the house. But let's also, we are on earth.
Yeah, true.
Let's also plan and get
Very
ready.
true. So it is very important for you to plan in matters getting the baby. You need to plan in matters emotions.
True.
You need to plan in matters finances. I think basically we need to plan in everything. There's nothing that we should leave out. There's always something that you need to plan on. I will give you a chance to just speak to a lady out there who is carrying a pregnancy and maybe does not have someone to walk with her, and just encourage them and just speak a word to them and give them hope that there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, wow. I think for me, I would want to say this, that when God says, I'm a father to the fatherless, I'm a husband to those who are widows, it's not just in that context. It's also in where you're not able to get, maybe you got a pregnancy outside marriage, maybe your husband has not been there for you, and that's quite unfortunate. What I would say is get a support system. Be in a church fellowship, be around friends, proper friends who can walk with you. God always provides people who can walk with you and can speak into your life in that season, because you really need a support system. You really need a support system, and be a woman of prayer. I think I would say be a woman of prayer, because if you're a woman of prayer, then God leads the way. He leads the way. He gives you wisdom on who to interact with, where to go, how to engage. But may God really keep you. And the children are a gift from God.
Wow.
Yeah, so if it is from God, He will walk with you. He will hold your hand. He will take you all the way.
Amen.
And it's a blessing if you have a spouse to do that like I have.
Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, then, DMS, for coming on set. We really appreciate your time here and also the wisdom that you have put across. The parting shot for today, the fact that you chose to spend your life, your entire life with someone and be a part of their everyday life means that you are ready to share everything and compromise where possible
and agree to trust your partner. So let us walk with our wives when they need us. Let us walk with our partners when they need us, and every other time.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep it Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyles. See you next week. Baraka.